Hey guys, it's Jenna. I am here to give my briefing, and my day that I chose to give my briefing on was the Good Friday tornado that happened in St. Louis in 2011. This happened on April 22nd around 8 p.m. So we're going to be looking around 1 to 2Z on April 23rd. We're taking a look at our KLSX radar. We're starting with base reflectivity on the left and base velocity on the right at a half a degree tilt. So we're really going to be focusing in on the Maryland Heights area here. If we zoom in just a little bit closer, we'll get to see my hometown here. I'm kind of in between Champ and Bridgeton, and that is where the tornado hit. So I kind of wanted to go over this because it was such a big factor in my life and kind of something that made me decide that I wanted to go into meteorology, because rather than fearing the tornado, I was out on the front porch with my dad thinking that it was the coolest thing that I'd ever seen. So I wanted to be able to take a look at it now that I can more professionally analyze what happened. So unfortunately, this is right before GR got cross correlation values, ZDR, KDP, all of that fun stuff. So stick with me because it's just going to be the few products that we'll be able to look at. So we'll go ahead and start stepping forward here. And so currently right now in Maryland Heights, Bridgeton area, you'll hear me refer to this a lot. We are currently under a severe thunderstorm warning that was issued by the National Weather Service. And now off to our west here in St. Charles, now they are under a tornado warning. Now, they did see a tornado over in New Meli, which is down with this cluster here, but that's not where we're focusing on. Lots of tornadoes were produced by this system moving across the Midwest, but we're going to specifically focus on the EF4 in St. Louis. So we'll start to step forward here and we'll start to see this first cluster come through. Now, I was about 13 years old when this happened. I was in dance classes. I was actually on my way home from my lesson that night, and this cluster came through, and in between this cluster of, or this cell and the next one, there was a gap of, silence, the calm before the storm, right? That's when the sky turned, green with all the hail up there, and then it hailed really bad. I do recall having about golf ball sized hail, and there are some storm reports on GR that say about 1.9 inch sized hail. So that's about right from what I remember back then. So we'll keep stepping forward. Now we're kind of in that silence zone that I was talking about. I'm actually surprised that a tornado warning was issued as late as it was, but with this storm, there was no fatalities at all, which is really interesting. So now we're looking towards this cell here, which is going to end up producing that tornado. We were just now put on the tornado warning in the Bridgeton, Maryland Heights area. So now we are looking ahead at this storm as it approaches. So we'll continue taking some time steps, and we're already starting to see this echo region, and it will start to really, really shape up into a classic hook echo here as we take this next time step. And now here we're looking at tornado on the ground. So we have the classic hook echo here, and this here is our tornado. And I'll take off the storm report there. We have this classic rotation here over in our velocity. We'll take a closer look at that. So like I said, here we are, classic hook echo, and then we have that velocity here that indicates some pretty strong rotation there. And as we look, it goes all the way up. As we start looking higher into the atmosphere, we still see this rotation kind of sticking with us, but all in all, that's pretty classic and pretty definitive in this location. So we'll take a cross section here just to kind of see that a little bit further. We do see these high values of reflectivity that could also be debris, but it also could be hail and just very, very, very heavy downpours. This was a rain-wrapped tornado, so there was lots to look at there. So we're taking a look at our velocity, and there we are. We see that we have that rotation all the way up to probably about 25,000 feet. Just the radar kind of cuts it off a little bit there. So confirmed rotation there at least. Then I wanted to take a look at this product, NROT. This is normal rotation. I thought it was really interesting because you can really see that rotation here right where this tornado is. So we'll take a few more steps and we'll continue to see that reflectivity increase. We'll zoom out just a little bit. And at this time, there's still that tornado on the ground. Now, this is probably the closest time step that we'll get for us to see it hitting about where I am. Now, it actually like skipped over my street. The street north of me and the street south of me got hit by the tornado pretty hard. But all in all, my street was skipped. That was a super big blessing, but we still got to see the impacts throughout the community. So we'll see it weaken as it moves here towards Ferguson, Florissant. Oops, still on cross section. But it's starting to weaken here. It did get up to an EF4, so, and did some damage to the airport, like I said. And then eventually we'll see that die off as it heads towards the Missouri-Illinois border here. Now, like I said, this cell did go on to produce more tornadoes in its life before it ended up dying off, but I just kind of wanted to dissect this tornado because it kind of changed my life in a way. So that's my briefing, and please feel free to leave questions or comments in the discussion below. So thanks for watching, and I hope y'all are staying safe.